Tonight, I'm taking you to a place where no human has ever reached on purpose, a place in the sky where air disappears, engines stop breathing, and silence feels like death. Everyone knows airplanes fly high, but almost no one knows this. There is a height where planes are not allowed to go, and if a plane crosses it, it may never come back. Let's begin the story. It was nighttime. Flight 8930 was quietly moving above the clouds on its way from London to Dubai. Passengers were sleeping peacefully, but in the cockpit, Captain Arav noticed something strange. The altimeter showed 37,000 feet, normal cruising height, but suddenly the plane felt a small vibration, like the air outside had changed.
Captain, the autopilot is asking to increase the altitude.
That was unusual. Autopilot rarely makes mistakes. Still, Arav raised the plane a little higher. 39,000 feet, everything looked normal. But only for a moment. As the plane started climbing toward 40,000 feet, something unbelievable happened. A thin white fog appeared inside the cockpit. Inside, not outside.
Sir, this fog is forming from the inside. This shouldn't be possible.
Cabin pressure was normal. Temperature was normal. Then a warning light blinked. Service ceiling approaching.
We're getting close to a height where no commercial plane should go.
That invisible height is known by pilots as the death line. Above this line, air becomes too thin. Engines begin to lose power. Cabin pressure can fail, and a plane can simply fall from the sky. But autopilot kept climbing anyway. Altitude rising, 41,000 feet, 42,000, 43,000. Arav immediately disconnected the autopilot, but the plane kept rising.
Captain, the controls aren't responding.
Passengers were still asleep, but in the cockpit, fear was rising faster than the plane. 44,000 feet, 45,000. Arav knew the truth. After 47,000 feet, the engines cannot survive. The plane will stall and then drop like a stone. He activated the emergency override. He forced the nose of the plane downward. The plane shook violently. The altimeter stopped at 46,000 feet. For 1 second, the plane felt frozen in the air, like it had reached a place it should never be. A loud thud sound came from the cabin, as if the plane hit an invisible wall. Passengers woke up screaming, babies crying, oxygen masks dropping. Arav finally pulled the plane downward. While descending, he realized something very important, something most people in the world don't know. Commercial airplanes are designed to fly up to 40,000 to 43,000 feet. Above that, air becomes too thin for engines. Cabin pressure fails quickly. One tiny leak can knock out a person in seconds. Metal parts behave unpredictably, and worst of all, a plane enters aviation's most dangerous zone. The coffin corner, a point where if you fly too slow, the plane falls. If you fly too fast, the plane breaks. Arav was just 1,000 feet away from the point of no return. The plane finally landed safely in Dubai. Passengers had no idea how close they came to disaster, but investigators wanted answers. Why did the autopilot climb beyond limits? Arav placed a file on the table. It said a software glitch forced the altitude increase. But the strange part, the plane survived 46,000 feet. No commercial plane should survive that height. Investigators stared at each other.
Maybe the plane wanted to see what lies above the death line, but we will never let it go that far again.
Even today, pilots debate this question. Can a commercial airplane safely fly above its limit? The real answer, no, not because technology is weak, but because nature doesn't allow it. Above that height, no air, no pressure, no sound, no life. Only one thing exists, the silent death zone.